What's up, guys? It is Saturday, and this morning I have the house all to myself. Wife does cleanings on Saturdays sometimes, so all the kids they're gone. So it is shoulder day, and right now I'm just trying to get the pre-workout started. Um, so shoulders, I wanted to be short, sweet, but intense for sure. Intense. Probably the biggest word in there. Intense. Because I feel I can create. What is doing? There we go. I feel if you give me like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and I'm just going ham, I can normally get stuff done. So just incorporate a lot of the basics, a lot of drop sets, a lot of things like that. Yeah, so it's not nothing. I don't do anything flashy. I don't do any interesting exercises, and I know there's a lot of science-based stuff, but I'm a big proponent on compounds, all barbells, all dumbbells, a little bit of machines. I do think getting stretches in there is good, but overall, it's not complicated. I may do one exercise, I may do three exercises, or I may do five different exercises and just less sets. I'm a huge fan of drop sets. I'm a drop set just nutcase. I'll go on every exercise and I'll just start doing drop sets. Just my body tends to respond very well to the failure aspect that I get from that. So I mean, if I only wanted to do, for shoulders, if I only really wanted to do lateral raises and that was it, just one exercise, and you gave me 30 minutes or so, I mean, I could do a pre-exhaust method. I could grab two 10-pound dumbbells and just do three sets of 100 reps and just pump them to shit and just, be semi burnout. And then after that, go to heavier sets and reps and stuff like that, and just try to really shock it that way. Some of it, a lot of people like to overcomplicate this stuff, but if you can just find a way to burn that muscle out using heavy weight, low weight, I mean, you'll get it done. You'll get the results. You got to eat. You got to get your protein in, but today's going to be short and sweet for shoulders. So let's get it done. All right. So I just did some warm up for my shoulders, rotator cuff work. I've always done that at the beginning. I've never had shoulder issues ever when it comes to benching on arm day or anything. I've never really had problems with like my shoulders and my rotator and how they move and all that other stuff. And I'm a big proponent on, grabbing some dumbbells. Literally, I'll just spam these, or bring them up, maybe like two sets of like 12. You know what I mean? Really get the blood flow in there. And I don't want to say used to, but I always do it. But I think that my joints and my shoulders have benefited so well because of those exercises. So I recommend you try them. They're great. Plus, they help. People don't think about it, but if you treat it as a normal exercise in your routine, and you do it enough, you start to see the definition that exercise creates for your shoulders. So just something to think about. We're going to start with some barbell shoulder presses, standing shoulder presses. I don't know if I'm going to go heavy, but then again, when I say that, I end up going heavy almost every time. So we'll kind of see. I haven't been going super heavy this week just because the week before I went way too heavy, and I think my my system's just kind of shocked. So I've been doing a lot of lighter stuff. But every time I get the shoulder day, things change because I love working shoulders. So, but yeah, let's get into it. We'll do a couple light sets and see. We'll just see where it goes. You know what I mean? So. Well, I didn't feel any popping or cracking or anything. So I don't know how much weight we'll get up on here, but that felt pretty good. I think I'll do another set of just no weight, just the bar. I always like to do those mind muscle connection sets, not for the sake of any gains, just for the sake of trying to lock in on the exercise. So, you know, when we start up in the weight a little bit, everything's like music. It all just starts syncing together. So, yeah, I think we'll do one more and then we'll call it. I don't know, feeling pretty good. If you notice, I like to throw a little bounce in there because sometimes if my upper body's warm and my lower body's just like not as warm, I just tend to feel too stiff. So if I can get at least the beginning part of my compounds where I'm getting as much body movement as possible, it makes everything just kind of click together a lot more. I'm a big person on compounds and utilizing most of your body for these exercises because I feel like there's so much emphasis on isolation movements that, you know, your whole body's just not becoming in sync as it should. So I like throwing in little motions in there and stuff like that. Even if I'm curling with a barbell, like I have no issues with a little bit of a swing. I have no problem with that, even with like alternating dumbbell curls. But like obviously, if I'm like on a cable or I'm doing independent curls or something, I'm not gonna swing. But there's benefits to getting a little bit of ego lift in there, a little bit of ego lift. I'm not saying look ridiculous, but you know exactly what I mean. There's a time and a place to swing the shit out of something, and there ain't, which you shouldn't be swinging the shit out of anything. So let's start getting into the sets. All right. I don't really go by reps. I just pick it up and just, you know, hope for the best. Whew. Well, I do feel a little tired after that set, but probably do another set that weight. Kind of see if I can go up a little more after that. So we'll just see how it goes. But you know, even if I decide to stay at this weight forever, you know, and just do as much as I can, and then like I said in the beginning, I love drop sets, so it's nothing for me to burn out here, take this weight off, burn out with just the barbell, and then my shoulders are going to be like fried. So let's get to it. Yikes. Whew. Starting to burn out. I don't know. We're getting close to the drop set time, if you ask me. I was thinking there's some 45s on here, but I don't think that's happening. I tend to do it. I can go way heavier seated. I love seated, but I need to be doing them standing more. I need more of my body incorporated into this kind of exercise. So we're probably going to stay here. I might do one more set. Honestly, I'll do one more set, and then we'll just drop set it, you know. So take that off, take the 25s off, do just the barbell, and then just go to the next exercise. So let's just get it, dude. And like I said, drop sets. So really get your money's worth out the exercises. Really get your money's worth out of them. Don't just stop that set, take a 2-minute break. Really finish it. See, nothing crazy. Shoulders giving up. And then we'll just literally just do just the bar. That's all you need. Obviously, you might spam these a lot more because there's barely, you just stripped all that weight off. Woo! Stuff like that, if you can apply that same mindset to all your exercises, you know, I mean, you're going to get a lot out of that. But if you're like, I'm going to do 2 sets of 12 reps, you do those 2 sets and you get all the reps, and you still have so much more left in the tank as far as reps go, or even weight, you know? I mean, are you really getting that stimulation that your body needs? You know, the whole point is to take those muscles to a point where stimulation happens and they're forced to respond and adapt to what you just did to it. So, you know, I mean, I barely did anything with the shoulder presses. And like, my shoulders are already spent. Like, I could do more sets, obviously, but you're just going to be moving blood at this point. So it's best to go to another exercise now. Or if you're done, be done. But I think we'll do some barbell upright rows. I love them. Doing those, they really show separation from your upper chest and your front delt. And you see that line. You know, you see a lot of guys and they don't really do upright rows as much, which baffles me. And they'll be yoked, they'll be big, but they're lacking separations between the muscle groups. So you want to make sure you're getting exercises that are at least getting the muscle transitions that you're looking for. So let's get that set up and hopefully we can move some weight with that. So, all right, so some barbell upright rows, you know, love this exercise. So we're going to do obviously we're going to do some feeler sets, kind of, you know, make sure, yeah, not bad. Honestly, that felt really good. I think we'll throw some 25s on there and just kind of, like I said, see how it goes. But those felt pretty good. Really take all the advantages from upright rows. Trust me, because not only are they working the separation from your chest to your delt, but they also work your side delts and your traps, your upper back. I mean, you're getting the whole work there, like all of it. You know what I mean? So if you're crunching on time and you got to get things done, that's when compound exercises are going to do the best for you, because you're going to get the most work of everything, especially short on time. Compound movements, you're trying to recruit the most muscle fibers as you can. If you're crunching on time, or you only got 20 minutes or so, something like that, or if you do this early like I do during the week, I'm doing my workouts at 5 a.m. Because if I do this after work, I got kids running all over the place, wife's coming in. It's just not ideal for me. So someone like me, make it a point to really do the compound exercises, and especially short on time. But if you have more time, definitely throw some extra exercises in there and get the benefits of those. But if I could only choose one, it would definitely be more of the compound exercise. That wasn't bad. Honestly, we'll probably throw some 10s on there. I don't know. I might get to the 45s on some upright rows, man, because they felt really good. So, yeah, let's just get it. Whew. Just get it done. Get it done. That felt pretty good. Maybe I'll throw some 45s for an ego set. I know some of you don't like ego lifters, but get your lawyers and sue me, because I gotta have fun every once in a while. Stop bullying everybody about ego lifting. If it looks super, super unsafe, I get it, but come on now. You're trying to progress. Also have fun. Test yourself. Don't be scared of a little swing. You know what I mean? So let's throw the 45s, see what happens. All right. All right. Y'all pray for me. This comes up. That was it. That was it. Drop set time. So we'll just strip the 45s. Honestly, I'll probably just throw a 25 on there. I know a lot of people get caught up in the rep ranges, but you only did 3-4 reps of that. Yeah, man, I'm trying to take my body to the peak it can go as far as weight. Those drop sets, they give me the volume. If I can get both worlds, proper volume, proper weight, even if the proper weight's a little not the cleanest form, I'm trying to get the stimulation from all avenues. So just jump into this drop set. spent. So I don't know, probably do a couple more exercises, honestly. I really like focusing on rear delts, so I might superset them with some side laterals, and honestly just spam them, you know what I mean? And obviously I'll probably throw some drop sets into the laterals. I haven't really gone heavy with lateral dumbbells in like a long time. I normally just pick a weight and I just go. It might be a good time for me to actually try to go up in weight. When I mean go up in weight, I'm not talking like some of these guys like swinging 60s and 70s. I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. But, you know, we'll kind of see how it goes. So, let's get to it. All right. So I think I'm going to superset between dumbbell laterals and just seated bent over rear delt flies. So that might be the end of it. That might be my whole workout, honestly. You know, burn out on one compound, burn out on the second compound, and hit the sides. So I don't like a skinny board for the rest of my life, which I'm probably going to look like that for the rest of my life. I'm a very little guy. So we'll start with some rear delts because they should be the priority. So I like to grab the 10s, and you know, you can use a cable or you can kind of use whatever you want to do, but I like the cables, the face pulls, but sometimes, man, I feel like it's working other things too much more than my rear delts, and this mimics the reverse pec deck fly the best for me. That way, because I mean, when I bend over, I can look at the dumbbells and I kind of envision that movement. So yeah, so it's pretty much. Sometimes you got to come a little out, you know, a little outward so it hits more. Because if you just go completely straight to the side, sometimes it hits more of your lats and your middle back. You know, don't be scared of the slightly little swings. You know what I mean? You're trying to get muscle recruitment, while the one part of it is mostly your rear delt. So, but if you're going to be like just kind of like that, like by all means, go ahead. But you know, I don't do as many isolation movements as possible. So, and that's that. Like I said, we're going to superset. I'm going to just grab the 15, see how they feel. 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn. Sometimes when you're really going, from supersets in particular, well, maybe it's just me. Sometimes I feel like my body's shutting down because I'm just going. And my superset, if I'm doing it fast enough, is literally just one. Because I mean, with supersets, you kind of get a space between one exercise from the next. So sometimes if the transition's so quick, it's like one set of just, oh. So that wasn't bad. I don't know how many more sets we'll do. We'll just kind of see how it goes. So let's get it. All right. Oh man, what the hell? All right, grab the 20s. We did the 15s last time. I hope I can pick this up. Dang. So if I was doing the lateral raises standalone without the supersets, you know, I'd be doing heavier weight than that. But the burnouts, they're money. They're money. You know, if you can incorporate those. Now, you don't have to do crazy burnouts every single exercise you do. I like to do it because I'm a psychopath, and I don't know. My body responds very well to just such good failure training like that, regardless of where the weight goes. I've never been too worried about where the weight goes. It's more or less just, I take that muscle to the point of like, hey, bro, chill. That's my goal, really, because most time when I'm in that mindset, my physique tends to follow, you know. So my whole goal for me right now is to be in good physique condition like I used to be, like a long time ago. Cliche. But if I keep training like that and protein's real high, I don't see why I can't. So let's do another one. Oh. Oh. 3, 4, 5. Oh. I did not count reps. Don't know what that was. Don't really care. I did 20s last time. Let's do 25s. Even if I only get like 3, because if I get 3, then we'll just drop set it. Oh shit. So that was tough. I think we'll do one more set, and the last one will be drop set from the laterals. I'll probably just stay at 25, and even if I get like 4 or 5 reps, and then drop set it, because normally when you drop set it, as you go down, you're able to get more reps, the volume that you're looking for, you know. I just love being able to attack the heavy weight into the lower weight for more reps. And heavy weight subjective into how tired your body is at the point of you doing that exercise. So short break. So let's just get it done. Let's just get it done, you know. Shorter breaks. Gets that cardiovascular system going. You know, this is my cardio. Plus, it's like a sauna in here. So that should tell you I'm a psychopath. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. You gotta hone in on this one. All right. That was terrible. Drop set. Honestly, that's probably going to be my whole workout. My shoulders already feel a little pumped up right now. And I don't think they can really do anything more. And in the beginning, this is what I meant by short and sweet, but intense. Done. In a lot of people's eyes, I probably haven't done anything. I've done, what was that, 4 exercises total? You know, 2 compounds, some supersetted with, you know, laterals and dumbbell reverse flies. Like, you know, some people are gonna, that's not enough for them, which is cool. If you can go do more, by all means, get it in. But for me, I'm just not built like that where I can just do so many different exercises when I'm getting the most out of the exercises between heavy weight and drop sets for the volume's sake. So between all that, I have so much volume coming from the heavier weight, you know, that everything else is moving blood. And sometimes if you go too long, and this is, I can only speak for myself. Sometimes when I go too long on doing all kinds of stuff like that, eventually I like lose my pump. And then it's like, hey man, you need to stop because now nothing's happening. So it's time to get your protein in. So for me, I always respond very well to at least. Doesn't always happen that way because, you know, life, especially if you're someone who's training in a home gym and you've got a family and stuff like that. And, you know, between my wife and 4 kids and a dog and a cat and trying to, you know, do maintenance stuff around, it's, you know, it's a little cramped for time. So, but yeah, so if you like the workout, you know, if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next workout. Thanks.